So, hi guys, and welcome back. Tim and Toby here for the episode 3 of how Germany was winning the war. And this time we're going to look at the German invasion of Yugoslavia in April 1941, or specifically the 6th to the 17th of April 1941. Now, Yugoslavia had its own army. It did. A lot of nations did. Right through both world wars, and even before and even after. But Yugoslavia was one of those countries where it was kind of half neutral, half not. So kind of Germany had, took its gamble and won the bargain and, invaded Yugoslavia really very, very quickly. Because again, it wasn't really one of those countries which was very big and very involved into the Second World War like a lot of other countries would be. And now, it wasn't just Germany, it was actually the Axis, part of the Axis powers. Germany was in alliance with Italy and Hungary, who actually invaded, which, it was very easy for Italy to help Germany, because Italy and Yugoslavia was literally just kind of right next to each other, so, they just hopped over the border for that. When in April 1941, when the German blitzkrieg, or kind of the German invasion of Yugoslavia happened, the German bombers, and part Italian bombers as well, went over to bomb the Yugoslavian capital, Belgrade, if I've hopefully pronounced that right, kind of just to soften the main beating heart of Yugoslavia, then of course invading it as well. So, Toby, do you want to talk and extend a bit more?
Yes, so one thing you've got to bear in mind regarding the German invasion of Yugoslavia is that some of the units they brought in there were Waffen-SS units, basically. And these units viewed pretty much the entirety of the Yugoslavian population as subhuman in their twisted racial ideas, and as a result would pretty much not take prisoners, kill them on sight. So they really didn't care if things got bombed, just destroyed constantly, because they just didn't want them to survive. So I'll hand back to Tim.
Alright, thanks. Yeah, it's very... Every time you talk about a German invasion, in the early war years, of course you talk about Poland, Low Countries, Luxembourg, France, of course, for example, Crete, all those famous places. But Yugoslavia is kind of... It's very pushed aside, very kind of on its own with them, really. And it was, very, very quick. A lot of other invasions happened, quick because of the German blitzkrieg, but quick, not quick in a way that it was a massive country. Yugoslavia wasn't really big in such, like Poland and France, really. So, yeah. So now, whilst Germany was in and captured Yugoslavia again with the Italians and the Hungarians, which is another unheard of one as well. It was basically exactly like France. Some German army, German units stayed there for as long as as long as the war ended, just the same as France, same as ever, because Yugoslavia was the same as France, same as Poland. There were German units all over Europe, and by this time, a good 50% of Europe was taken up by the Nazi jackboot. But yeah, do you want to tell anything before we end the video, Toby?
No, I think you've covered everything very well.
Right.
So I'll hand back to Tim to sign off.
Right, thanks. So just before I actually sign off, the kind of the casualty list in this it's interesting because you think about a massive scale invasion like that, you've got to have a few deaths, but really Germany only had roughly just over 500 casualties. Bulgaria and Italy followed with the same amount. So, yeah. So thanks for watching, guys, for this episode. The next episode will be episode 4 on the very far more famous Operation Barbarossa, or the German invasion of the Soviet Union. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.